Sporty Touch. Hey there, you're watching Global Business Report. Let's take it straight live across to New York to track the opening bell on Wall Street and also focus on those big ticket numbers that came out just moments before the opening bell. We've got Douglas Blake, Senior Account Executive at Newbridge Securities, joining us live from New York. Hey Douglas, many thanks for joining us on the show. A 72% fall in profits at America's biggest investment bank, Goldman Sachs. How are you viewing those numbers?
Okay, well, you have to be pleased if you're an investor in Goldman Sachs. And with all of the headwinds facing the investment banks these days, the financial reform, the Dodd-Frank bill, what they did was, well, frankly, if you put a fish in the water, they're going to swim. Goldman Sachs, they're going to trade. That's just what they do, and they nailed it. They hit the fixed income trading desk, the investment desk. They kind of put their money on the table, and that's where most of the gains came from. Their M&A activity was very disappointing, very light, and they like to shoot for a return on equity of 20%. This came in at 12. So that said, there is disappointment in these numbers, but it kind of reflects the new normal for investment banks. So they got back to doing what they do best. They put their trading hats on, and they delivered really a blowout number here.
Hey, the street largely viewing Goldman Sachs numbers with a positive side, but Douglas, Bank of America was a disappointment. You also had Citigroup reporting a sharp drop in income, though it beat estimates. What cues or signals can we pick up from these earnings on the recovery process?
Okay, with the money centers, the situation's definitely a little bit different. I like to break the economy down into 4 parts. You have consumer spending, business spending, and then you have jobs and you have housing. And housing represents such a massive percentage of the assets on the balance sheets of these banks, and it's really bogged them down for the past 2 years, while the rest of the market has essentially doubled. And with Bank of America, this quarter was no exception. There's just so much uncertainty in the foreclosure process and the assets that they have on their books after the acquisition of Countrywide Financial, and it looks like it's going to be a long, slow slog going forward for them. Citigroup, on the other hand, delivered a pretty strong quarter. They actually earned $3 billion, and Vikram Pandit called the near-term difficulties, challenges, and uncertainties in the market more of a cyclical theme and not a secular. So we could expect Citigroup to participate in the global economic expansion should it occur going forward.
Hey, Douglas Blake there. Many thanks for joining us with your perspective on the U.S. banking sector and the economy as a whole. Wall Street in early trade ticking higher, up 0.3% on the Dow. Well, gold prices have hit a record high of $1,498 an ounce.